What's going on, people? It's your boy H-Dog, and I'm back here again with another video. As many of you may know, that Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I'm trying not to say Wildlands too, it was announced yesterday while I was at work, and I couldn't watch the announcement, but I did, catch up on it to see what the game is when I was on my lunch break. Apparently it's a brand new game. It's a sequel to Wildlands. I don't know if it's gonna have any references at all to the first game's story. It's gonna have a new campaign, PvP at launch. It will have feature co-op multiplayer like the last game did. The setting will be on a fictional island of Aurora, where some ghosts have gone rogue, known as the Wolves, taking over Scale Technology, who is the manufacturer for military drones. Nomad is back from Wildlands, but I'm gonna get into that later. Lieutenant Colonel Cody Walker, who is the leader of the Wolves, he's being portrayed by Jon Bernthal, and on top of that, he's the main antagonist of the game, which kind of has me intrigued and excited because this is Jon Bernthal. This is the Punisher. This is pretty much the Punisher and Shane. So it's like, I wonder, could he bring a mixture of the Punisher, or hell, even Shane, in terms of his psychological state. In Breakpoint, it's going to be very interesting to see, because Jon Bernthal is an amazing actor, and I think that there's a good chance that he will carry the role of being the villain in this game very well, considering that the villain in Wildlands, he was what I would call a swing and a miss villain, meaning that the voice acting to the villain was on point, but as a villain himself, I just didn't have that love to hate type of feeling as I would with other notable villains in Ubisoft franchises like Voss or Pagan Men, or someone like Joseph Seed. But the press release said, quote, Nomad and the Ghosts are sent in on a recon mission, but their helicopters are shot down, injured without support, and hunted down. Players will live an intense military experience as they fight to survive, to take down the Wolves and regain control of Aurora, which obviously that means hopefully it means there's going to be some form of liberation, because when you tell me that I could regain control of Aurora, then I'm kind of assuming, or going to be under the impression, there's going to be liberation in this. To me, it has to be liberation, since Wildlands' story revolved around liberation, and I feel like it was a completely missed opportunity, because there was hundreds of outposts, and I feel like that was a big missed opportunity, not being able to take over those outposts. But there was other problems that I'm gonna get into later about Wildlands, but I digress. To overcome adversity, players will enjoy total freedom to accomplish their missions and have plenty of tactical options and tools at their disposal, including a set of new military features. They will be able to carry enemies and teammate bodies, blend into their environment with prone camo, and set up camp with teammates in the bivouac. I don't know how the fuck to say this. Maybe somebody who is in the military knows what this is. Bivouac. I don't know. To manage equipment and change classes and fine-tune their strategies, they will also be able to choose among thousands of customization options to create their perfect ghost and keep their character progression through the game in both the main campaign and PvP, which is available at launch. Which is cool, because that was actually one of the things I liked about Wildlands, the deep customization to your character. I feel like that was pretty cool. Something I also found out about the single player, like, it's gonna be like Wildlands, but the only difference is it won't be any human AI companions. This is going to be you giving a real single player experience if you choose to go that route. Or unless if you want to play with up to 4 people in the campaign, you could choose to do so as well. I will say, and of course, you know, it's going to have its usual editions, collector's editions, that's going to cost $200 freaking dollars. But yeah, I'm vaguely interested in the game. I did see some of the gameplay when I was at work. I was watching the gameplay. I liked what I seen from the gameplay. Gameplay wise, I didn't have a problem with Wildlands' gameplay. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was nice. It was okay. It wasn't, you know, anything groundbreaking. I did have a, you know, I kind of didn't like the muzzle flash on the guns when you shot, when you fire shots. It kind of looked kind of dated in a way. Gameplay wise, it did remind me of a lot of Wildlands, how it looked. And it had more emphasis on stealth. But if I had to say which looked better, I think the Breakpoint gameplay looked better than the Wildlands gameplay. There are self-manned, there are drones in this game, which I will give it props. It has drones in this game. It looks like it's going to have proper stealth in the game. Not like Wildlands, because Wildlands stealth was kind of trash. I mean, it worked when it wanted to work. You're going to have sync shots, which you can use sync shots both in the single player or in co-op. So that's a good plus. The sync shots will be only with your drone, since you ain't going to have any human AI companions. So I don't know how that's going to work. Like if you want to do a multi-shot sync shot with your drone, maybe you could fire 3 shots at once with your drone along with your shot. I don't know how it's going to work. But yeah, the game is supposed to come out October 4th, and the game was leaked the day before the announcement. And it's one of the reasons why I hate leaks, because, like, why? I mean, to me, I feel like if you're gonna leak anything that I want to see as a surprise, you need to keep your mouth shut, because like I would want you blacklisted. Like, and that may sound harsh, but in this day and age, I mean, the chances of that even happening, of people being quiet on an unannounced game is slim to none. But I digress. People clout chasers. So, but yeah, I would say that because I was so disappointed by Wildlands, thought it was a bad game, and the only 2 things I could say were good about it was the deep customization and the core gameplay. I felt was okay. It wasn't like anything groundbreaking, or it was okay. It was cool for what it was. Story wise, I just thought it was utter trash. The ending was trash. There was some points in Wildlands where it broke logic. Like, I was friends with the commander of Unidad, but his goons kept shooting at me. Yeah, it was one of them type of, like, okay, I just don't understand, like, why y'all beefing with me? I'm friends with your boss, you can see. What else? And like I was saying earlier, I mean, you had a swing and a miss villain, and I forget his name. He was a forgettable villain, and that's kind of shocking, being that Ubisoft is like, they've always at least created an interesting villain in not all of their games, but some of their games. I mean, the voice acting for him was good. It was really good. But the villain himself, El Sueño, like, I didn't give a fuck about him. Like, why? Like, I just didn't care. I didn't have that love to hate feeling that I would want from a villain. And it's other things too besides that. The open world was hollow. It was boring. It was rinse and repetitive bullshit. Now, I know people and I know there's a good amount of people that do not like Ubisoft games the way they are, like Origins, Odyssey, Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn. But honestly, if you ask me, hell, even Watch Dogs 2, or hell, even the first Watch Dogs. I'll add the first Watch Dogs. The first Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs 2, every Far Cry game since 3. Let's see. Every Far Cry game since 3. Freaking every Assassin's Creed game since Origins. Well, it's just been 2. What am I talking about? Origins and Odyssey, all those games, mix them in a pot, stir it together, got yourself a nice little stew. All those games combined, my guy, are better than Wildlands open worlds. I'd rather be in those open worlds than Wildlands open worlds. Like, the people in that open world didn't give a shit who I was. They didn't even care if I was trying to liberate Bolivia or not. They just looked at me sideways. So yeah, I didn't have any purpose to really, give a shit about them. You know what I mean? Nor did they have a reason to give a shit about me. But I will say, besides that, you had like weapon upgrades. The way you can get weapon upgrades was by they were freaking collectibles. They were collectibles, and I didn't like that. The side missions were rinse and repetitive. They were Mafia 3 levels bad. And if you can say what you want to about Ubisoft's side quests, but like I said, I'd rather play their other games side quests than Wildlands side quests. Those side quests were fucking atrocious. Rinse and repeat Mafia 3 level. But hell, I would even say they're worse than Mafia 3. I would even go as far as to say that. The way to take down the organization. On paper, it's cool taking down this massive organization, but it's like, I don't have a purpose for taking you down. Like, I don't feel no personal attachment to take you down. I guess I've been spoiled. You can say I've been spoiled by other games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins. I had a reason to take down them organizations. I had a personal vendetta to do it. Not like in Wildlands. I just did not. Graphically, I thought the game was downgraded. Like, especially at night when I was using night goggles. Like, I just was like, wait, this don't look like the same game. And I don't think that Breakpoint will be downgraded. If Ubisoft knows better, they won't do it again. But yeah, I think I could keep going on with this game. It's just, and the fact that one thing that annoyed me the most, I could not liberate the outposts. Especially when the game, like I said earlier, was revolved around liberation. You don't put outposts in a game that I can't liberate when the story, the narrative, the whole purpose why I'm even in Bolivia is to liberate the country. You need to let me take them outposts over, son. Like, and there's a lot of things that that they need to do in order for me to, even want to pick up Breakpoint. And see, I believe if they could fix my qualms with Wildlands and Breakpoint, like if they were to fix all those issues, have a good story that I care about, have me a villain I care about, give me a reason why I'm going after him. And it's kind of looking like it's set up that way because considering that that the wolves killed all your fellow comrades in Breakpoint by pretty much taking them down in the helicopter. You have a reason, but like I said, even with those guys, with that supporting cast around you in Wildlands, I kind of didn't really care about them, to be honest. Like, okay, they cool, like whatever. But it's something, if they could at least fix these problems. If they could fix these problems I have with Wildlands in Breakpoint, then it's possibly a cop. I might have to wait. It's really a wait and see for me at this point. I don't know if I'm gonna get this game day one. I might get it on sale because I was so disappointed by Wildlands. But I mean, if it fixes the qualms I got with the game, and if I see actual outpost liberation, then I'm definitely gonna get the game. And another thing, it ain't gotta be like it ain't gotta be the same thing with Wildlands in terms of taking down the structure like that. Like, it ain't gotta be all like that, yo. But yeah, if it could fix those problems, then it's definitely going to be worth a cop. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you getting Breakpoint? Did you like Breakpoint? Did you hate Breakpoint? What are some of your qualms with Wildlands? Are you excited about Breakpoint? Are you getting it day one? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Y'all already know what to do by now. Peace.